Alright, so a couple of things here. I'm currently in the process of removing the old AC box here in the engine compartment. I am excited about getting this out of here because it takes up so much room in the engine compartment, and it'll be nice to just have that out of there because all of the vintage air stuff is actually contained right up under there. So I don't know if that was a good angle or not, but anyway, that's what I'm working on right now, is getting this out of here. As you can see, it's already coming away. I just have a couple more nuts to remove probably, and then that thing can slide out of there. I do need to figure out this situation here though. I probably have to, I think that's the starter relay if I'm not mistaken, so I'm gonna have to or maybe it's the AC relay actually. I gotta loosen that up and get it out of the way so I can move this, but that is where we are. Also, I decided to leave the chrome covers off of this because this just looks so good and it's so much easier to get to, and I want to put something else here instead of these maybe, or just make these look better and put something soft on there to protect the wires from rubbing. Pretty much rebuilt this AC/heater control module. I've gone through and cleaned everything up. Actually repainted this piece here, or not repainted it, but I painted it because it was rusty, but I scrubbed it and wire brushed it and then gave it a sealing coat. This thing, which is black and chrome, actually is solid chrome, but I sprayed it and then scraped off what I needed to there, and it looks pretty good. So yeah, everything actually functions right, of course. But actually, I don't know, it's gonna need some more work, but that's as far as I've got it. So I've got the fan shroud off. It's over there in that pile of stuff right there, and basically I have the radiator all disconnected except for the transmission lines, which you can see are right here, this one, and then there's another one down below at the bottom there. So I need to disconnect those hoses and plug them. I don't think anything's going to come squirting out of there, but I'm going to put a bolt in there anyway. So that's next up on the agenda. If I can reach this one, it's kind of in a bad position. I might just try to pull the fittings out, but the odds are pretty good I'll just strip those. I may also just cut those lines because I don't need them, and that would be the easiest way to go about it actually, because I have new cooling line for the transmission. So I still have a little bit of draining left to do on this nasty ass old thing. So that's part of what I'm working on now. Coming up soon, I'll be pulling the pulley off here, and I'll refinish that and make it look brand new, because it's still in good shape. This water pump right here needs to go. All these mounting brackets that you see right here for the AC compressor, those will go. And then I need to order up some new belts and stuff soon too. But that's pretty much where it's at today. It's about 100 degrees out here right now, and it's probably 7 o'clock. 6:30 maybe. Yeah, it's pretty freaking hot. I had to make a lean-to out here to protect myself from the sun because it's so freaking nasty. Over here, this is the fresh air intake right here, a cap. So there was a giant, I can't really get a good view, but there was a giant box of stuff right here for the cooling and heating, and that's all gone now. And this plate I attached on there, and this will all go. This is just wiring harness for the old AC. I don't know exactly what that relay is for, but I think that's for the AC. So I want to make sure before I go ripping it out of there. But it will be nice to have that cleaned up. I am all about the smallest amount of crap in a machine as possible. As you can see, these two lines down there, those are the fuel lines, and they are not looking too good. I am still waiting from on an order from Zip Corvette for new stuff for that, but Jesus, it's been on order for a month now, and they don't know when the parts are gonna get shipped, so I'm kind of disappointed in that. So I may just cancel that and order it from somewhere else. And aside from that, that's where she is right now. What you think, huh? It's pretty awesome, awesome ride right here, I'll tell you what. Alright, so a little bit of an update. A couple of things. One, put in a new reservoir over there. And then I've got a lot of work done on this thing over the last week. Basically, I have removed the radiator and the condenser unit. I'm accumulating quite the pile of stuff over here. As you can see, the last owner oversprayed onto the condenser and the radiator. But these are all the parts that I don't need anymore. Well, of course I need these two, but they'll be new. But all this other stuff is all pretty much scrap at this point. I won't be throwing away the fan shroud though, I'll keep that. And I might keep some of the other parts, but anyway. So, let's see, let me turn this light on here, there we go. So I've installed the new water pump, and I have not worried terribly much about the paint on the engine. I figure I'll do that when it gets rebuilt. And I've somewhat polished the thermostat housing there, just to kind of clean it up. I don't really care about how this thing looks. That's going to be hidden under the air cleaner anyway, so it's functionality for me, to be honest, because I intend to drive this car and enjoy it on the road, and I just want it to be nice and reliable and all that. So got the new water pump in there. I have set up these bolts so that they don't protrude too much, you know, because they're not needed for the fan anymore, because I'll be putting an electric fan in here. But I definitely need this pulley. I have totally scrubbed that pulley, wire brushed it really well, and then repainted it. Now, let me go on the other side here. So over here what I've got is, tomorrow I should receive the fitting that goes here for the heater hose, and that's this one, so that'll connect right there. And that one, that's this one here, and that goes back here to the new, get this out of the way, goes to the new, and I'm going to replace these too. I got some nice new, shoot, I can't think of the name of them. They're really good quality clamps. This covers the fresh air intake, and this of course covers the giant hole that is left behind from the old AC heater core. So got the heater control valve installed. That's all brand new hose there, coming around to the manifold. And so yeah, new thermostat under there, new gasket, all that fun stuff, torqued down to, I think it is 35 foot-pounds. And then these bolts torqued down to 30 foot-pounds. And I used, for the black paint on these, all this stuff, I used Rust-Oleum appliance epoxy. That stuff is amazing. It's really, really good. I highly recommend it if you ever need something. One of the things I'm really concerned about is this right here. As you can see, those bushings are really shot. Let's get over there. So I don't know if there's damage to that. No, I guess not. But as you can see, bushings on both sides are going to have to be replaced, as well as these bushings on top. Sorry I'm moving the camera so much. And you can see that one down there too, this one right here. Very, very dry rotted. So those will all be replaced. I have a new fuel pump coming next week, so I'll install that with some new lines. I'm gonna probably use some fuel line, fresh, well, those are on back order, those lines. They're like a molded line so that they don't kink. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably just hold off on the water or the fuel pump install until, sorry, there's an airplane going by, until later. So the ammeter gauge, this is where these are the two connections for the ammeter gauge, and this one I believe is good, but I'm not quite sure. One of these I think is probably shot. This one, actually, now that I'm bending this, I think this is shot right here. Yeah, yep, that's it. Oh my god, there's no wiring right under this this piece. I can feel wiring under there, but it is completely separated. So it's like that got pulled and just broken off. Yay! So that's the ammeter gauge problem. Nice. So I'll just figure out a way to fix that. It's going to be a challenge though, because that's a fusible link right there, and I gotta have that, so I don't know what I'll do. But anyway, the wiring there needs to be redone anyways. Kind of looking like crap. What else? Let's get this down here. Engine needs some cleaning. Hopefully that's just a residual from before I put new stuff on, new valve cover gaskets and everything. So at some point I'm gonna have to probably pull a starter out and just clean that all up, and or just maybe replace it. I don't know. Things under here look okay. It's hot out here. I live in Phoenix and it's going to be 116 on Sunday in a few days, so it's pretty freaking hot. Looks like we might have some leakage, or that may be just oil down there. My goal is to just make sure that nothing is leaking and that all the parts are fresh and new, so that I don't have to worry about breaking down on the highway, because I'll be driving probably by myself a lot. But yeah, anyway, that's where she is. Getting this done was a big job, that water pump, and yeah, so I don't think of anything else here to share with you, but that's where things stand currently. She's looking pretty good. So, and that's it. I got a 79 CJ5 back here too that I've restored. It needs a little work now though. It's been about eight years since I restored that. And under the brown tarp over there I have a Triumph TR7, which I'm also working on, that I will be selling. Won't be selling the Corvette, but anyway, that is where we are now. Alright, well, we got some paint burning off down in there. That's what that smoke is, and at least I hope that's what that is. Yeah, smells like it. to running condition. Hopefully those fans will kick in when it gets warmer. After this, I need to set up the AC stuff, evac that, and then should be good to go. And the fans have kicked on. Okay, so I think everything is good. We have no leaks. Our new radiator seems to be working beautifully. And nothing is leaking back here. Nothing caught fire. All our wiring looks good. The only thing that was smoking and smoldering was the paint that I had sprayed on those brackets. And probably the paint that's on the water pump too. Same paint on the pulley there. The fans kicked on. Aside from tucking away a bunch of wiring and like doing some wiring cover stuff like that and organizing, I think I'm pretty much done except for charging up the system. And once I do that, we should be good to go. Holy shit. So close, so excited, and it looks so good too. All right, so I decided I was going to try something. Please ignore this nasty mess. What I have here is a 20 amp fuse inside a shrink wrap with two pretty heavy gauge wires attached to it. So the idea here is that I need a fusible link for my ammeter gauge, and it has two 20 amp fusible links on it. So what a fusible link is, from my understanding, is it's a piece of wire inside a fireproof container that will burn rather than a wire shorting out. So if you short a wire out and it gets so hot that it catches fire, basically you can burn the vinyl wrap off of it, and you can burn your car to a pile of ashes, basically. So they make fusible links. This is not what they look like, but they look similar to that. So my plan is to replace the fusible link in the car currently because it is torn. The copper inside the wiring here has come away from the plastic casing, which I will show in another piece of this video. So I can't really connect to that because it's flush with the plastic and there's no way to get that open. And I forgot to order some, but I want to at least put something in there so that I can see if my ammeter gauge works. So I'm going to try this. I wish I had some of those linear wire clamps because these are soldered on. So unfortunately those solder joints could melt if this shorted and got hot, but most likely that fuse inside will just burn out. It's a ceramic fuse, so it won't crack or shatter easily like the glass ones. But anyways, that's what that is. I just need to double check it to make sure it's got continuity. And to do that with one hand, I'll just do this. Boop-de-boo. And that. Can you see that? There. Anyway, so that is good. There is a fuse in there and it's all good, so that will be going in there, and I'm about to charge the AC. Finally, I have the right tools for that. So, all right, until then, this has been another messy space. Okay, so now I am evacuating the AC system. Pressure checked out fine, so everything looks good. It holds the vacuum, which is good. And next up is to charge it in about 45 minutes. I also went through the... What are you doing over there? What are you doing? Cutie pie? What's going on, honey pot? What is that? Went through and set up the controls and everything in there, so that is all good to go. Oh my god, it is so hot in here. Actually, I can show you what the temp is right now. Inside the car it is 108, I guess. I don't have glasses on, so I can't see that too well. It's hot as fuck, that's what I know. So when I fired this up, the air is not blowing cold at all. But she works great, actually, except for not being cold. The clock is, I think, accurate right now. I believe that's the current time. So I'm going to step out on a limb tonight, and I'm going to leave the battery connected, and we'll see if it drains overnight. I hope not. If so, I'll just charge it up tomorrow, which would suck. But I don't want to have to keep disconnecting the frickin' battery, because I learned tonight, looking up the problem of this Gen 4 vintage air not running cold, and discovered that if you disconnect your battery, then you basically have to reset your controls. And some folks have gone to the extreme of actually putting a push button in to ground the system so that they can, or a switch, so that they can ground it, set it, and then disconnect the battery again and not worry about it. And that's where we are right now. Another thing I do want to add, though, and the car is a filthy mess right now, so I did install this Vantrue camera. It's the N4 something or another, I can't remember. And I ran all the wiring up under there, and it goes down behind that, of course. And then this has a camera back here as well. Where is it? Right here. So there's that, and all the wiring runs through here, and some of it's tucked up under this one too. These are so sticky and gross. Ugh, they're so old and nasty. So I need to figure out something for that. But yeah, anyways, I'm just sitting here dripping, and I'm not even doing anything. So I'm gonna go inside and cool off. Oh my God.